South Dakota. What are your kind of thoughts of this hazard?
The Augustana we am.
Yeah.
I mean, it's behind us. Like you got to learn from it. You got to move forward. That's exactly what we've done. We've had 2 really good weeks of practice to focus on what we need to fix, and where we need to get better in really every area of playing the game and establishing what our identity needs to be, and whether guys are excited to put it to work this weekend.
Do you feel like the bye week came at a good time to mention?
Came at a great time. It always you can always spin it as it coming at a good time. To get guys healthy, to mental reset some guys that maybe aren't playing up to the level that you want them to. And with us, I think we felt like the Friday game at Augustana, we probably should have won. It just didn't go our way. And Saturday was really the first game where we felt like we just flat up got beat. You're flat. We didn't have any energy. So the bye week came at a really good time to get our guys reinvigorated and really, focus on what we're calling kind of a new start to the season. It's conference play. So we're 0-0 in conference play. We get a great opportunity to go in and get a big win Friday against the only undefeated team left in the country, which good for Miami. I know that they worked really hard to rebuild the program very quickly, and it's an exciting start that they're off to. So it's going to be a great challenge.
What impact do you hope Jack Beck has this weekend against Miami?
Just giving us, veteran presence, with puck poise and just the ability to make plays and kind of inserting confidence to our entire lineup, whether they're playing with him on the ice or not. Just to have a guy that has a ton of experience playing the game at a high level, and that is just a hell of a player. So we're really excited to add him to the fold.
What's his mindset kind of been over these past couple of weeks without being able to actually get in any game action?
He's just sticking with it. It's hard because when you watch and you know how much you're going to help a team, it's hard. It's hard for any kid, but he's been unbelievable. He was always great in practice. He was always trying to do extra. He's ready to go. He's dialed in every way, and we're excited to finally get to use him. He's going to make a big difference.
What are some of those specific things that you guys have been working on the past couple of weeks?
Name it, Gabby. Like they're just with 11 freshmen and 17 new guys. It's again in every zone and in every facet of playing, establishing what we need our identity to be. Ways, obviously, we're working a lot of D-zone detail that I think some young guys are still a little bit confused and heads are spinning with the speed of the play and the pace of the play, and just making sure that they know that they just have to do their jobs, right? If one guy's, responsibility or if somebody breaks down, you can't worry about doing somebody else's job. You got to do your job. That's kind of how we play in the D zone. It is how we play in the D zone. You got to do your job. You have one job, it's yours. So that's the big thing defensively with the young team, and then just ways to generate offense in zone and more sustained pressure, more sustained ozone time and possession. Those two things are the biggest things. I thought our neutral ice was really good against Augustana, and it hasn't been bad really all year. So, if we can put those two things together, I think we're going to have a really good weekend.
I know you got a lot of new players, but for you, what did you kind of take away from your first year in the NCHC that you want to bring into this year?
Just that, it's obviously a great league, but the ability to, start slow and end strong is always there, and we started really slow last year. I think we were 3-7, 3-8-1 to start the year, and this year we're 2-4. So it's always a bummer when you don't get off to the start that you want, but we have the opportunity to start much better than we did last year, and we had a hell of a year. So, go there, have a good weekend at Miami, and we started 0-3 in conference play last year. With 2 losses at CC, or really two close losses, where we had a lead going in the last minute, and then obviously a loss at home to Omaha to start our home slate. So, we started 0-3. We don't intend on doing that this season. But again, every weekend in the conference is an absolute war. But right now, until we play Ohio State over Thanksgiving, everything we do and all of our sites, it's not on the MPI, it's not on USCHO rankings, it's on our standings in our league. We control where we are when we come back from Miami, and we want to be in first place after the weekend.
This is obviously a different Miami team. What do you see from them and how they play?
Just completely different. I think that they, what I really respect about what Anthony and his staff did last year was they tried to establish how they're going to play in their program, regardless of kind of personnel. So they apply pressure all over the ice. They are really aggressive in all three zones. And now they have a much better roster, young but very, very talented roster to execute, I think, at a higher level, certainly how they want to play. And it's shown. It doesn't matter who you play in college hockey. You go 6-0, it's really hard to do, and we've had good starts here. We've never been 6-0. There's a reason why there's no other undefeated teams in the country, because parity's just at an all-time high. So the fact that they're 6-0, I think it says a lot about their group and their ability to, off of a really tough year last year, turn it around and get off to a great start.
You've had a small handful of European players on your rosters throughout the year. Baron and Urban this year, the first two from Slovakia. What have they kind of brought to the team this year?
They're both incredible. Like Herbs is just, the sky's the limit for him. I think he's going to be an elite college goalie, and it's not going to be long before he is. I think it's going to be soon, and he just brings personality to the room, and he's just got an infectious personality in every way. And when you can create that. You create that positivity in a room with your teammates as a goalie, and you get the guys in front of you to really want to play for you. It goes a long way, and he has that gift. It's hard to create that because it's really genuine, and the guys know it. So we're just thrilled he's here. Richie, with Bozer being out the first 6 games, was thrown into the fire with how well he skates and how well he defends, playing 20 minutes a night as a freshman. And he's handled it incredibly well. He's been easily one of our top D through 6 games. So both of them have huge impacts on the immediate future and even bigger long term.
What do you kind of look for, I guess, when you're scouting like beyond North America for players from Europe?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good question, but I think it's important to note that the Europeans that we have. We've actually found when they're already playing here, right? So they came over to the USHL with the hope and intent of getting a college scholarship and finding a home like they did at ASU. So, it makes it a little easier on most colleges in the same boat. There's certainly some schools out there that go and look and scout while kids are overseas. We haven't had a player that we've done that with yet. Shelley from Sweden's the same. He was in Cedar Rapids in the USHL, and that's where we found him. So it's easier because a lot of these Europeans are coming to us, and they're coming over to obviously USHL, BCHL, the CHL, and we know that they're here because they want to play college hockey. So it's a little easier than that.
How's Bozer progressing?
He's going to play. So we're excited to add him back, and he's just going to be a breath of fresh air back there. We don't expect him to be Superman in game 1. Same with Jack Beck, but they're going to make a big impact. Boze's ability to play calm and smooth and break pucks out is going to, I think, settle down a young D core, and it's going to be what we hope is infectious and contagious and in a good way, and really start to set our D core into the motion that we want to get them in.
What are some of the line combinations they're anticipating for Beck this weekend?
I think right now we have them with Potsy and Johnny Waldron. You could see Smolin there. You could see Mello. You could see Ben Cavant. So we haven't decided yet, but we've been practicing that line together. They've been really good. I think Johnny going back to Miami, we want to make sure we put him in a position where I think we're going to get the best effort we could possibly ever get out of a kid going back to his old school. So we want to put him in his position to go back and do well. And I'm sure he has, a lot of really good relationships back there that he's excited to go back. But we want to make sure we put him in a position to succeed. And so that's what the plan is right now.
Well, this team's going to be a work in progress for a while. And have some of the early season growing pains kind of been expected to this point?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that there were going to be a lot of growing pains. We knew that there was going to be a lot of, trying to establish our identity over a period of time. You hope to do that while you could figure out a way to win. And look, like I said, I mean, you could easily make the argument that we should be 4-2. We easily could be 5-1, but you don't have to say about woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? So, fact of the matter is we knew it wasn't going to be perfect. But I think the silver lining in it is with such a young, talented group, we're still right there. So it's just focusing on polishing up the process-oriented thought process of playing the right way, establishing identity, doing what we need to do to earn a win, not doing what we need to do in learning while you win. It's always easier to do that, and it's what you prefer, but sometimes with a young team, getting taking a few on the chin early isn't the worst thing in the world. Last year we didn't have a young team. We had an incredibly unhealthy team to start, which is what led to that. And once we figured it out and got some bodies back, it turned for us, and it never really turned back. So, we still have the opportunity this year to right the ship even sooner than we did last year. And that's I think, the intent. And there's not a guy in that room who doesn't think we could do it.
You mentioned Potter a little bit earlier. What did you see from him this year?
The Potsy, that's another thing. He's such a good player. And he's last 3 or 4 games, especially up there on Saturday night, he was unbelievable. Off the puck, if he led us in takeaways, he was an unbelievable F1. He was doing all the little things you want to see a kid do to positively affect the outcome of a game while he's not scoring, and he hasn't had a goal yet, So you would have told me through 6 games that our best player hadn't scored, I would never believe you. And I think it would obviously be a different story up here if he had. But what I really love about his game is that he's showing how good his B game is, right? And if he's going to play in the National Hockey League one day, that's what is most important. It's hard to score at every level. And I believe that when you're committed to playing the right way and with the right effort and with the right energy and with the right intent like he has been, the goals are going to come, right? So we haven't put any pressure on him to score. We haven't said, well, you got to score. It's been focused on his play away from the puck and his ability to hunt the puck because he's got such great speed, tenacity to his game, and he's doing those things for us. So for me, despite him not scoring, in my opinion, he's done his part to help us win. He's just got to stay with it, and we got him with a really, really good player that's going to find him the puck, kind of like Silly did last year, and he's going to find him, and I think good things are going to happen.
You said earlier in the season that Ponce getting drafted was kind of his monkey being lifted off of his shoulder.
Right.
I've kind of seen him play the way that you thought he would.
Yeah, because he's so committed to winning, just in these things that you guys would never see, but things on the bench and being more vocal and being more of a leader and getting guys up when they need up. He's taken such a step maturity wise. I think the goals are going to come. We've had him in a spot on the power play where, it's probably not the best fit for him and his skill set, but he took it like a good teammate does because he was the only really left shot worthy of being on our top power play. Now we have Becker, who's a power play 1 guy, and we can move some things around and make it work a lot better and run it kind of like we did last year because we have more than 1 left shot to put on it. So that was another thing. He admirably did what we asked him to do. Probably could have easily had 3 or 4 goals down there on the goal line, but it just doesn't fit his skill set the way that we think is best. And we saw the second goal Saturday night at Augustana. We put him back on the flank coming downhill. He found a seam over to Luce. We cut it to 3-2. We're right back in the game. So, with some tweaks and added personnel, being able to put him in spots and in situations that's going to find him more individual success, as I see something you're going to see.
With Lucius hot start, have you seen him just kind of play more freely now that he's fully healthy?
Yeah, he's just playing like Luce wants to win. It's his last year of college hockey. He didn't get to show how good he was to really anyone last year here, and I think he wore that, and it wasn't his fault. It was just a circumstantial thing because he was, just didn't get a train, didn't get a prep for a season. He did the best he could, and now people are seeing what I said. He's a special player. He's only going to get better and better too. So I don't see him slowing down. He loves playing with Shim. He loves the team. He loves the program. He wants to win, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, we're going to win.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Jack, you